This is Judge Joe Brown, and we're listening to We All Be News. News-free Dixie for the 21st century.
Or whatever it is. All right, there's a dissatisfaction that's being expressed by all of you who are here today, and I've heard it around the city itself. And police are a fact of life. We need them in the community. They style themselves a thin blue line. But that is a very thin line, and that line only works if it is backed up by the community. The community itself must feel that they're getting adequate, fair, and impartial policing. Now for...
volume. We need to hear.
Okay. Well, let me start over again.
Yes, amplify. Right. Yes.
We have had, over the last 25 years, some fairly decent relations between the community and the police. What's going on is that confidence is deteriorated. We have had a lack of leadership.
That's right.
It is a thin blue line, and that line has a very precarious position. Be quiet over there, brother. Let me lay this down, some knowledge for you. Now, all right. If that thin line is not backed up by community support, you have a disaster. And right now, the community does not have confidence in what's going on. Amen. Now, we want to restore that, and we have a reminder that we're giving out. Their job is to protect and serve, and if they're protecting and serve, we back them up. But if they're not protecting and serving, then we need to get a message to them that they work for us, not the other way around. This is not a reservation, and we are not Native Americans being repressed by the American cavalry in the 19th century on a frontier.
I know that's right.
Somebody needs to hold everybody accountable. Now, most police are brave, conscientious individuals. But I grew up in South Central LA long time ago. And I know what I know when I see fear. Some of them cannot overcome their fear. And most of these situations around the country are generated by some people that have put themselves in jobs that they can't handle. It is a dangerous job. It's a sometimes thankless job, but it's appreciated. If you can handle it, be gracious about it, be cool about it, be effective about it, it's all right, I'll back you up. But when you act in fear, you've got a problem.
Down with respectability.
You've got a dead 19-year-old, 110-pound man who supposedly caused a 300-pound officer to be fearful that he would be able to take the handcuffs he's supposed to have training in the manipulation of and use them as brass knuckles. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with that picture. Now, most officers are fine individuals.
Yep.
They will help you.
Yep.
I've seen situations over the last 25 years where people living in a community would walk out with a tray to a stop sign and give donuts and coffee to the cops.
That's right. That's right.
It's not happening now.
Yes, sir.
So there's a need for the officers to get their colleagues and say, buddy, if you can't handle it, you got to go. Find another job. This is not for you. And we need justice, and we need to feel like we've got justice. And when you get justice, you can see it. You get zealous application of the executive function. And that's what we used to have, but we don't now. It's time to get it back. It's time to get every single somebody that says that he represents you to be held accountable for what he or she does. It's time to ask some questions. Why has there been no oversight? When you tell us how the grand jury works, beware of the fact that there are some of us who know how it actually does work. So don't give us a story. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
And it matters for a very interesting reason, contrary to what some morons on television want to tell you. They say all lives matter. Of course they do. But when you are a Native American in Custer with the 7 Cavalries on the other side of the hill, there's a particular brand of life that's in jeopardy.
That's right.
You're Hebrew and you're looking at a Nazi concentration camp, you talk about Jewish lives matter. If you're sitting there in Nagasaki and somebody's got a B-29 named Enola Gay cruising overhead with a heavy payload, Japanese lives matter.
That's right.
So it's where you are and what your perspective is. If you're catching the heat, then your life matters. If you're not catching the heat, then you say, I'm going to support Black Lives Matter, Native American Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter, African Lives Matter. Everybody's life matters who's in jeopardy of getting wrong, oppression, suppression, and bad treatment.
Justice for Darrius! Justice for Darrius! Justice for Darrius! Justice for Darrius!
Anyway, do your duty as a citizen. Ask questions, make demands, get them answered. All right?
All right.